Ready?
Yes.
Okay, this is back to the palm weevil treatment. You might have seen some previous YouTube videos where I've been working and experimenting to stop this dreaded disease of palms, rhinopharyngus, which is the red palm weevil. I've got several infected palms in the garden, which I've just been using my formula, which is totally organic. And you'll see some previous videos. I'm trying to perfect it to get to the point where it's very effective. If you want to move in now, on the adult weevil. Now this has just had the treatment about 6 minutes ago, but what's happened, it hasn't been quite so affected on the grub, which is eating, does all the things. So I've actually now managed to get the mixture so it kills both, which is the major thing. If you see an infected palm, what you'll tend to find, that you'll notice that the crown will start to drop and wilt. It looks very lackluster, and you're very likely to see things like these, which is the cocoon which the adult makes. And I'm not sure, I've just pulled this one out, I'm not sure, this might be a full grub in here, but it might be a dead one. It's actually a partly formed weevil, which is pretty disgusting. You can see now the whole process is transforming within the whole palm. Well, that's actually, I'll take that all, it's pretty filthy, but basically that's ready to turn into the large grub. That's the very small grub they'll start off as, or much smaller than that. They'll increase to that size, and they'll eventually, this is formed almost like a not to say the chrysalis, but this is the next form. There's the head form in there, where you can see very similar to the weevil there, and that will hatch, and it continues, blah blah blah. So if you see that at the base of the palm, you've got a problem. It smells disgusting. I'm out here at the moment, it makes me sick. So the key issue is palm oil. It's being used pretty much in every food stuff around the world, and a lot of the countries, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, I don't know, the list is endless, no doubt, pretty much throughout Asia, where the palms are being affected by the weevil, and there doesn't seem to be any answer in an organic approach, which to me, I feel I have to do something, or I have been for the last 5 or 6 years. So in the previous video, you might be able to see on YouTube, you'll see me using the product on my hands, this is it, and around my face and around my dog to prove it's all safe. Well, I'm going one step further now, which this is something which famous clip with Monsanto and Roundup, where they said to the particular guy, Roundup is so safe, would you drink it? And he said yes, and they wanted to bring a glass, and he walked off the set, which was quite funny at the time, because obviously we realise how glyphosate can be pretty awful. So the proliferation of chemicals, pesticides, which is an easy way out of just trying to kill. Of course, they're trying to kill the bugs, but they're creating so many different problems as well. So what I'm been working on now is to find something. This is quite a concentrated form, but I'm working on different dilutions that can be sprayed on the palm. There will also have to be some type of injection method to go into the crown, because the palm is so thick, it's getting your product amongst all this fibrous material. So that's going to always be a big issue. So I'm just going to move on quickly, because these are a series of videos, but I wanted to show you this particular one. So that's the product. It's slightly dense. So what I'm going to do is just put, you'll see there, these are very active straight from the palm. So I'll just, that's 3 or 4 drops. Now I'll just shake that about. Now you can see straight away, just from that reaction, they were quite relatively happy. They're not now, are they? You can see already, and we're not going to run this for 5 or 6, 7 or 8 minutes, but I can pretty much guarantee, this was done about 10 minutes ago, that within 4 to 5 minutes, look, I've even got my pet cat round here, Squeak, to come around on the thing. I'm not actually wearing any gloves, as you know, and that's how safe this product is. And this is what we need to look for, some type of EU funding or some sponsorship to actually get this going. And we can, this particular product can do a whole host of advantages for not only the palms, the weevils, and a lot of pests, including cutworms. So we'll come on to another issue. So if we just film in now, this is kind of a typical thing that happens. I'm not sure you can see that now. The male now is obviously, they're both in a form of stress there. It's just, you can tell by the movement. In fact, the adult male seems to work a lot more on them, a lot more quicker. that's the adult male, which I'll take out. And I don't know if we're even into maybe 30 seconds of that. Put the product there so you know it is. So we know for sure that the product I'm using will destroy the adult very quickly. And that's fantastic in this range, you know, and this is the one that's obviously the cycle. So if we stop one of the cycles, that's fantastic. Even though the male itself is not responsible for the eating and the maturation of the weevil from the grub into the weevil, this particular fella here is the one that just munches every day, and you can probably hear it from an affected palm. So look, we can see already this one now is in the last throes of death. That was the one we did earlier, and that was a grub. So this one will take longer, and this is sort of an issue which is we've got to work on. Now, because I'm so confident in this product, you see, there we had that. You saw me put 3 or 4 drops on. That's a glass of water. Now, I'm even going to go as far as say how good this product is. I'll also put, there we go, 1, 2, 3 drops, which I think I put 4 on the grubs. So 3 drops there, so you keep watch filming that. I'm even going to say cheers. So here we go. So don't forget, it's gone on the grubs. Ah, it tastes so nice. Ah, there we go. Actually, when you find out what I've used, it's actually very good for you. So I'll film on a little bit more, just in case you think I'm going to stir into a start coughing and roll over. But I won't, because I've tried this. I'm my own human guinea pig. So this is where I think you couldn't get a better for a product that can actually work ecologically and stop these pests that are sort of around the whole of the world causing the devastation, and stop it getting into your food chain. You can, it's totally organic, and you can drink it, and it's good for you when you're drinking it. So that's what I wanted to highlight specifically. You can see here now this male, like I said, it works much more successful. That was the one I did about 10 minutes ago. You didn't see that. That's the grub there, also was in there. This male now, well, he's not going to continue the life. His back legs are moving slightly, but that's going to die very shortly, similar to his friend over here. The issue I've got at the moment is the particular grub. It seems to last longer, but you can see the way it's moving. It's not happy. And there's a reason for that, which I can't go into at this particular stage. So what we're working on is obviously the dilution process of what can be used and how much we can douse the crown of the palm, to stop these getting further, and almost to stop their food. It's also the food chain. So this also smells very strong. So I'm confident enough that as a deterrent, this sprayed around the base of the palm will stop the adults coming in and start laying the eggs anyway, because they can fly apparently up to 30-40 kilometers. So if the palm is smelling, and it is this stuff I've just drunk to have told you about, it's quite a strong smell, and it lasts for maybe about 10 to 12 days. When I've sprayed it around my palm, if you want to just pan over there as well, that actually, you can see there's my 2 experimental Canarienses. This particular large one here has practically died about 5 or 6 times, and I keep bringing it back. So this is my sort of trials, what I've been working on. So that's basically about the video. But like I said, the grubs at the moment, I'm going to let this continue in the study, and we'll do another movie, particularly of this one. This will take longer to die. I do know that, and I'm still working out what happens, why the adult dies within maybe 90 seconds and the grubs take a bit longer. But I can assure you pretty much in about 10 to 12 minutes time, this would have also succumbed. And I've drunk it, and I'm still here. So even to me, that's some form of success already. People might sort of think of it as like, well, it's not the perfect answer at the end of the day, but it's not a bad answer. That at least I've managed to stop these instantly. I can drink it. I could be on the outside. I've got no breathing apparatus, no gloves. And if we can just get the formula to work a bit more quicker on the grubs, then it's going to stop the palm weevil completely in its tracks.